Hey everyone, this is Michael. Welcome back to the Round No.1 YouTube channel. I appreciate the support, always. Now, today we're diving into something deeper than just wrestling news. We're talking about the illusion of financial immunity in the WWE and why Ridge Holland's situation is a wake-up call for fans, talent, and the industry. Now, the WWE logo isn't just a shield. When most people see the WWE logo, they think of money, big money, financial immunity. Like once you sign that contract, you're set for life. But that's the illusion. That's the myth. And here's the twist. The people who aren't working for the WWE, the fans, the critics, the armchair analysis, they think they're sharp enough to know what's going on, but they are not watching closely enough. They see the pyro, the pops, the merch, the mania moments. What they don't see is the performer backstage praying their contract holds, their body heals, and their bank accounts survive. Because one thing WWE superstars and fans do share: bills, rent, mortgages, groceries, life. Now, let's talk about Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal didn't just defend Ridge Holland recently. He dropped a reality check on his X account. And it wasn't just for Ridge, it was for every fan who thinks the WWE contract equals financial freedom. Now, here's what Jinder laid out. He said that NXT contracts are modest. We're not talking main roster money, we're talking developmental deals. Wrestlers cover their own travel, gear, gym membership, supplements, and taxes. That leaves little room for savings, especially when injuries take you off the road. Jinder does know that WWE offers financial literacy training, but that doesn't guarantee financial security. And then he mentioned that he donated $1,000 to Ridge's GoFundMe account and said it best, and I quote, "You don't know what someone's going through," end quote. That's just not support. That's education. Now, if you didn't know, let's break down Ridge Holland's fallout with the WWE. Now, Ridge Holland, his real name is Luke Menzies, was released by WWE in early November 2025. His contract was set to expire on November 14th, but they cut him loose early. He was recovering from a foot injury suffered during a TNA match on WWE's behalf. He recently said that he may need neck fusion surgery as well. Ridge went public on X saying he was hung out to dry and couldn't pay his mortgage. He revealed he was under a 90-day no complete clause and had no income during recovery. WWE is reportedly covering his medical costs, but the early termination left him financially vulnerable, and he recently launched a YouTube channel to speak directly to fans and clarify this situation. Now, as for the GoFundMe controversy, here's where things got messy. It was actually launched by Ridge's grandmother without Ridge's consent. So when Ridge found out, he later clarified that he didn't authorize it and he would donate all the funds to charity. Now, this take gets thrown around a lot. He should have been prepared. Sounds smart, sounds responsible, but it's not that simple. Let's talk reality. Even high earners can struggle. You could be making six figures and still hit a wall if your income stops and expenses keep rolling. Wrestlers aren't salaried employees. They pay for everything: travel, gear, gym, supplements, and taxes. Injuries mean no booking, no merch, no side gigs, no income. Be prepared isn't a cure-all. Being prepared isn't a cure-all. Unless you're Jeff Bezos with generational wealth and passive income streams, you're one bad break away from financial stress. So, before I close this off, let's just get one thing straight. Yes, talent should know their contracts. If you leave the door open, don't be shocked when the company walks out first. That's business. But just because it's legal doesn't mean it's not raw. Ridge Holland got hurt doing WWE's bidding. He was under contract, he was recovering, and they still cut him loose early. That's just not a clause, it's a cold cut. So yeah, learn your contract, protect your neck, but don't pretend Ridge Holland deserved this. He didn't fumble the bag, he got blindsided by the system holding it. Now, moving on to our next story, JBL predicts that Vince McMahon will write a tell-all book. He recently dropped a bold prediction that Vince McMahon will release a Raw tell-all book within the next 1 to 2 years. So on the Something to Wrestle podcast, I didn't know this podcast was still going on. JBL emphasized that Vince isn't going quietly into retirement. Instead, JBL believes Vince wants to set the record straight on his terms. So here's why JBL thinks Vince will go all in on this autobiography. JBL referenced Vince's disappointment with Hulk Hogan's autobiography, saying that Vince wanted Hogan to reveal more of his wild lifestyle. Instead, Hogan kept things half in character. That tells JBL one thing: Vince won't hold back. If he writes a book, it would be uncensored, unfiltered, and unapologetic. Now, in my opinion, if Vince drops a tell-all, I don't think it will be entirely a puff piece. It might be a legacy-defining look into wrestling history. So I would expect stories on the Montreal Screwjob, the steroid trials, the Monday Night Wars, creative clashes with his top stars over the years, including Austin, Hogan, and Cena, the TKO merger, backstage politics, and his final exit. In my opinion, this could be the most explosive wrestling book ever written if it does happen. Now, over the weekend, NXT stars Hank and Tank won the GHC Tag Team Championships at Pro Wrestling Noah's Star Navigation event in Tokyo this weekend, while former NXT talent Yoshiki Inamura defeated Kenta to become the GHC Heavyweight Champion. So, these wins marks a major crossover achievement for WWE talent in Japan. Now, after the GHC Tag Team Championship match, Marufuji and Keno stepped up as the next challengers, while Yoshiki Inamura won the GHC Heavyweight title. Ivar of the Viking Raiders congratulated Inamura on social media and teased a potential rematch. Teased a potential match for the title, not rematch. Now, they have faced each other before. Let me look this up. So during Inamura's NXT excursion, he faced Ivar on the March 5th episode of WWE Speed and Loss. That match, according to posts between both of them on social media, has built mutual respect between the two. And now with Inamura holding the top prize in Noah, the stakes are even higher for this challenge to go forth between Ivar and Inamura. Now, also on the weekend in Japan, Okada shocked fans by returning to New Japan Pro Wrestling and challenging Hiroshi Tanahashi for his retirement match at Wrestle Kingdom 20 that takes place in January 2026. I believe the first week of January 2026. This, of course, is going to be dashing hopes of WWE crossover featuring Shinsuke Nakamura. And, this move reinforces New Japan Pro Wrestling's exclusive partnership with AEW, while WWE appears to be deepening its alliance with Pro Wrestling Noah. So let's just call it what it is. Politics blocked the pop. Tanahashi versus Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom 20 would have been a legacy clash. Two icons, the Tokyo Dome, one final bell, but instead we got Okada again. Now, don't get me wrong, Okada versus Tanahashi is going to be a safe match. It's also expected, and it's also AEW approved. But here's the real story. WWE and Noah are building their lane. New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW are defending theirs. And in the middle, fans are watching legends retire without the crossover they hope for. So this weekend made it crystal clear. WWE sent NXT talent to Noah, and they won gold. Noah crowned a former NXT trainee as their top champion. New Japan Pro Wrestling brought back Okada to headline Wrestle Kingdom. Takashita, which is who is an AEW talent, retained his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and was confronted by Yota Tsuji, who is the reigning IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. So these two will clash in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 20 at the Tokyo Dome. Both championships will be on the line in a winner-takes-all showdown. So yeah, Nakamura was never really in play, not because Nakamura didn't want it, but because the walls between the promotions are real. And they're getting taller, with AEW's Okada also headlining the show against Hiroshi Tanahashi. Wrestle Kingdom 20 is shaping up to be a cross-promotional power play. And let's clear something up for the fancy bookers and AEW diehards saying that Tony Khan would have loved Nakamura versus Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 20. That's not how this works. That's not how New Japan Pro Wrestling operates. Hiroshi Tanahashi is the legitimate president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's not just a figurehead. He's the face, the voice, and the decision maker. And when it came time to choose his retirement opponent, he didn't pick Nakamura. He picked Okada because on behalf of New Japan Pro Wrestling, he believed it was the right thing to do for the company, for the legacy, and for the partnership with AEW. This wasn't about what Tony Khan wanted. This was about what New Japan Pro Wrestling needed. So yeah, Tony Khan is definitely happy WWE isn't part of this show, because this isn't just a retirement match. It's a statement match. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling saying we're riding with AEW and we're closing the Tokyo Dome with our own. Now, finally, former WWE star Tegan Knox, now wrestling as Nixon Newell, and her partner Miranda Ali's, walked out of AEW Collision on November 8th, reportedly after refusing to lose a second straight match to Tay Mello and Anna Jay. Now, here's what happened reportedly. Newell and Ali's were scheduled to wrestle Tay J, but left the venue less than an hour before showtime. Sources say they were frustrated about being booked to lose again after debuting with a loss the previous week. AEW replaced them last minute with High-End and Maya World. Neither Newell or Ali's is under AEW contract. Ali's hinted on social media that, and I quote, "There is so much to say," while Newell posted, "Not everything you read is true." Now, let's talk about what really happened on AEW Collision and why this walkout isn't just messy, it's misguided. You're getting paid to do the job on a show that has super low ratings, airing on a network that reaches maybe 70 million homes, and you're not even signed to the promotion. So you're essentially doing a guest spot, which means it's not a bad thing because you're getting exposure. It's a chance to gain credibility. So what's the right move? The right move was to do the job, because in the long run, no one would have cared. No one would have cared. This is Collision, not Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, or WrestleMania. But now people care because they walked out, and let's be real, someone from AEW probably ratted them out. That AEW locker room doesn't forget, and that AEW office doesn't forgive. And here's another thing. Why haven't they come out and explained why they left? They're not signed to AEW. There's no legal action coming their way. They're not under NDAs. So spill your side. Do it for free. No one's stopping you, because right now the silence is louder than the walkout, and fans are filling in the blanks with their own narratives. If you don't speak, someone else will, and they won't be kind. So, this isn't about booking. It's about credibility. It's about professionalism, and it's about knowing when to fight and when to finish the match. And they both walked out. So now it's your job to walk us through it, because if you don't own your story, AEW will write it for you. That being said, this is Michael, the Round No.1 YouTube channel. I'll see you soon.